hate myself, I'm good, cause I know where I came from. From the bottom of barrels to the majors. Ain't no matter the people that wanna hate us. How the hell you say you different?
So in exactly 5 minutes, I'm gonna show y'all how rewiring your brain is exactly what you need to start doing to be successful in your 20s. Now, this video is not the type of video to just be discussing, this is a one way to get rich quick, this is the next thing that's gonna solve all your problems. But I promise you, especially if you're a young buck trying to get a dollar right now, you're a young hustler, a shorty or a woman that's a money go-getter, you know, boss lady, and you're in your 20s, and life honestly just catches up to you where you're in a constant clutter of always moving towards that next thing or can't stick around to find the one that works. Now, lately, I've been just keeping to myself, but in the past 4 months now, I've had successes, 4 to 8 months now, I've had successes with being able to make $90,000 within sales for a skincare company. I've been able to dabble within telecommunications, and now that we've been able to establish some growth in our AI consulting, in our AI, agency that we're creating, I'm realizing that once you change your mental into you are what you think produces, and how to manage your time, you start to see a difference in these little shifts into getting the things that you want out of life. Now, I don't know, I'm gonna keep it a buck. Life isn't always gonna be sweet. It's not always gonna be lemon and cherries, but in those moments, I think it's always remembering and reminding yourself to stay disciplined. And that's not as easy as we just hear that word, discipline. It means having a consistent plan or a way that you can track those results. And sometimes on our off days, it's like, I don't feel like going to the gym, but by me going to the gym, maybe I don't fully work on upper body, I work on lower body. Maybe I don't fully do lower body, I do cardio. You're still planting those seeds every single day. You gotta treat like that with your business, not only with social media, not only with showing up for the people that you love. You gotta accommodate for all aspects and show up every single day. Now, how do we do this, right? One thing that's been really getting to me lately is a reminder of SMART goals. If you don't know what they are, SMART is anything specific, measurable, attainable, realistic, and time-bound. So if you don't know what that means, we're gonna take y'all back into every little network marketing team building exercise or something that you might have learned growing up. Because when you start with a specific goal, meaning that you know generally where you wanna head around to, you wanna make X amount of money, you wanna help X amount of people, you want to travel X amount of places, whatever it is, that's specific enough to have you change, but change is only done when you have a strong enough why. Even for people that make mistakes in their life, some people make mistakes and repeat the same mistakes. Some people make mistakes and repeat those mistakes till they learn again, and some people, they learn right after one mistake. You gotta find yourself with what type of person you are to understand what specific goals you're looking for. Now, when I say measurable, I'm not to say that you can't chase your dreams, but how are you keeping measure of your goals? Sometimes telling your friends and the people around you may not be the best influence. And in my experience, I've realized that people that aren't gonna be your inner circle, I'm talking about strangers, I'm talking about you just share that business idea or that song with a random person on the bus, that might be your audience. That might be the person who actually buys from you. That might be the person who actually gives value back because you're giving value back to them. Now, when I say measurable, for anything in life that you want to do, make sure that God is backing behind it. But more importantly, you are not allowing the system to use you, but you are using your system to your leverage. I understand how to leverage systems better, leverage people that can delegate or do certain tasks better, because I'm realizing my time is precious. And because my time is precious, I can't be the one to do all these different things and headaches. I'm a business owner, so it's about delegating tasks and time. So figure out how to do that for your short-term goals, if it's measurable or not. Now, when we say attainable, like I said, if it's reachable, if the sky's the limit, the sky's the limit. But what's realistic? Making 20 million in 1 year, or making your first million in 1 year, right? Making your first 100K, making your first 10,000. We're not gonna compare nothing to nobody, because life is about you and your own pace, you and your own race. Everything else is distractions, is noise. Don't listen to everybody when you be seeing things that look sweet on social media, because you don't know how much work and effort they put behind the scenes to get the fruits of their labor. You know what I'm saying? You don't know how much hours have to go behind practice, how much hours have to go behind rehearsals, how much hours have to go behind research and studying to get to where they want to. So when you make sure you have an attainable goal, make sure it aligns with being attainable and also measurable. Now, when we say realistic, in that measurable and attainable, We also want to have a realistic goal to be like, if I know I want to achieve $1 million this year, what is a realistic input that I have to put in to see that output, right? For me, for instance, we do cold calling on this YouTube channel. We do cold call as one of the ways that's just like old fashioned, but at the end of the day, if I can't be face to face with you and show you this beautiful smile to just maybe get an offer, I gotta be able to know how to give value over the phone. And that's why, you know what I'm saying, giving our time that way is a lot more realistic for achieving your goals. Now, with being time bound, if you have these goals set for trying to make them $1 million in 1 year, you want to make sure that you have the right amount of input. I'm going to say it again. Right amount of input to produce the right amount of output. Meaning that I'm going to be calling about maybe not just 10 businesses today. Let's call 100 a day. And if I call 100 a day for 5 days a week, that is 500 times 4. That's 2,000 businesses I'm going to call a month. If you're telling me 2,000 people you can't sell to 20 to make 20 bands, you don't want it bad enough. And that's what I realized too. Even though we shouldn't compare ourselves to people, we should compare our work ethic towards people that are doing it right. One thing about being in your 20s is not about chasing and having everything all at once. It's actually about slowing down and enjoying the boredom of the things that are going to come to you very, very sweet and very, very fast. But you want to be prepared for it. That's why I just want to drop this little 5-minute gem YouTube video for anyone that is just aspiring to be their own boss, aspiring to achieve better and want more for themselves. And if you guys like little talks like this, let me know. I'm trying to be my best to be more consistent, but I'm trying to be more intentional with the way I live my life and the way that I communicate my visions and plans to an audience that I know is very, very hungry, because this reached your For You page, your YouTube, whatever you want to call it, for a reason. So my name's Enny. I'm going to get back to work because we got a little meeting. But like, comment, subscribe. I'm going to catch you on the next one. This is 5 minutes gems.